What's up, guys? This is Bobo Jones, and I thought I'd take this beautiful sunset ride as an opportunity to talk about the XR versus the R. As you guys might have seen in one of my other videos, I actually got the chance to test out the R quite a bit, actually. New Century BMW essentially let me take it out for like 4 hours, I think. When did they let me do that? When I was thinking of getting the XR, but they didn't have one available, so I was like, forget it, I'll take the R. I always love the R. So I basically got the chance to test it for 3 hours and take it all through Angeles Crest Highway. And to this day, especially since I hadn't spent time with one of those vehicles at that point, that was probably my best, close my visor, it's super cold, probably my best day of riding ever, because I had that bike and I was just able to go through the canyons and really put it through its paces, and it was really awesome and just like an amazing day of riding for me. So obviously I ended up getting the XR. What the fuck is this guy doing? Like, these are the dumbasses you gotta deal with all the time. Obviously I ended up getting the XR, but the R was just amazing. And actually, and I've said this in a bunch of comments, if I had to choose, if I was single and didn't care about my wife riding with me, I think I would get the R over the XR, because I think it's lighter, it's more fun to ride, it's the same power, but obviously in a smaller form. I think it's about 50 pounds lighter than this. And so as an overall package, it's just a lot more flickable. It's a lot, not a lot, but it's easier to turn. And overall, it just feels more sporty, but you still get that kind of, upright seating position. So what are the disadvantages? I mean, it has all the same electronics. It doesn't have a windscreen, although personally I don't really like this windscreen. If I put it in the high position, it literally puts everything into my face, like the wind. So I have to keep it at the low wind position, in which case it doesn't really do much. So there's that. But this does have a windscreen, and people like a windscreen, and you can get better windscreens for this and extensions on this. So in terms of wind, it might be a little bit better. I actually found that the R was also a lot less vibey in the handlebars. The one that I got had very little handlebar vibration, which I also liked a lot. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely, more fun to ride. It's smaller, it's lighter. You're still upright. You're a little lower on that one, so it's not quite as good as this for seeing over traffic. But as a commuter bike, it's also thinner. The handlebars are thinner. The mirrors are in more, so you can filter lane split a lot better on that bike. So I'd say comfort-wise, that bike is a little bit more cramped. I'm 6'1" and change, and I definitely think this bike is more comfortable. I think the seat on this bike is really, really nice. But again, if you're somebody who is needs a bike for either, whether you're commuting or not, but let's say you're commuting, but then you like to go out and have fun on the weekends, and go to the canyons and maybe even do a track day once in a while, I'd say the single R is better than this. However, if you are somebody who rides 2-up a lot, or plans on riding 2-up, or I don't know, maybe you have a girlfriend or a wife and they like to come ride with you, then I mean, the R is really like, the rear seat on that is basically a super sport seat, so it's a little tiny baby triangle, and so it's not going to be particularly comfortable. second person sitting behind you, a pillion. But yeah, so those are kind of my pros and cons. Engine-wise, it's the same. Speed-wise, you're going to get the same rush. I'd say that bike feels a little bit faster for the same reason that I think super sports feel faster, is that there's no instrument panel like directly in front of you like this. It's more down and out of the way, and there's no window. So you really feel like you're just out there, you know? So whether that's a pro or a con for you, I don't know. But that bike's definitely more exhilarating to ride. I'd say that this one is in that respect. But speed-wise, I mean, both are just monsters, so that doesn't really matter. So yeah, are you planning, what it really comes down to is, are you planning on riding 2-up often, or is it a once in a very, very blue moon type of situation? If you're planning on riding 2-up, get this. If you're not, and you're, you know, mainly riding solo, then I would say get the R, because I just think it's more fun, and it's a better commuter bike, and it's better in the canyons. So that's it. All right, let me know if you have any other questions about that. Both are awesome bikes, obviously. Oh, the R is cheaper, by the way, too. So that's another factor. You can get R demo bikes for around 13, 14 grand out the door. So that's a huge, huge factor as well. I had a guy on my channel asking me, saying that he was between them, and finally I sold him. Whoa, this guy is driving crazy. Finally I sold him on the R, and so he's going to buy the R, which I was happy to hear. But yeah, so that's the dealio. Anyway, guys, I'm going to focus now because my ride is going from the chill beach part to the in the city, you know, fucking lane splitting, crazy death part. So I'm going to pay attention to that. But yeah, post any comments if you have any other questions or anything I didn't really cover. Yeah, let me know in the comments. It's Bobo Jones saying arrivederci.